Paul McCartney delivered a show in Minneapolis that proved both resilient and moving, despite notable challenges in sound quality and vocal strength. At U.S. Bank Stadium, he performed a sprawling set of 36 songs, spanning his career from the 1950s through more recent work. The occasion marked more than 6 decades of performances in the Twin Cities area, and despite age and acoustic difficulty, the audience showed steadfast devotion. The stadium's acoustics emerged as a major hurdle. Early in the evening, the sound registered as thin and echoey, with mixing that struggled to keep McCartney's voice clear. At 83 years old, McCartney's vocal range showed its age. He sounded huskier and less agile than in earlier years. Still, the crowd stuck with him, often forgiving these limitations in favor of the celebration of his enduring catalog. What carried the night were the songs themselves and McCartney's personality. He opened the show with a classic and blended Beatles, Wings, and solo material into a marathon nearly 3 hours long. Highlights included rousing versions of Get Back, Band on the Run, and arena-rocking renditions of Helter Skelter. The crowd responded enthusiastically, whether they were baby boomers or younger fans discovering the songs anew. He also wove moments of tenderness and memory into the performance. A poignant feature came when he played Now and Then, the Beatles' final studio track released in 2023, generating a deeply emotional response from the audience. In a more reflective moment, he dedicated a ballad to his longtime partner, turning the spotlight briefly inward amid the spectacle. Certain missteps were noticeable. A piano ballad featured a jarring video cameo that distracted from the moment. Some deep-cut songs drew less response simply because the expectant crowd clung to the anthems. And while longtime fans might have searched for rarities like Eleanor Rigby or Yesterday, McCartney opted not to include them, choosing instead to focus on breadth over rarity. The supporting band held up its end. They traveled alongside McCartney for many tours and provided a youthful counterbalance to his veteran presence. The synergy between bass, guitar, keyboards, and drums gave the set a lively backbone, especially when McCartney switched from bass to guitar or ukulele and even landed an electric guitar solo borrowing from Hendrix during Let Me Roll It. In the end, the evening felt like a testament to endurance and legacy more than flawless execution. The acoustics and the voice might have faltered, but McCartney's charisma, the power of the songs, and the shared moment between performer and crowd gave the night its triumph. For fans willing to meet him on his terms, the experience felt less like a typical concert and more like a gathering of shared history and infatuation with music.